let's learn how to work with the moon, how we can use it as a guide, as a point of reference on where we are in life. So, I used to use the moon just as with friends and gatherings. We would meet sometimes during usually a new moon or a full moon. New moon, we would set our intentions, say what they are, and that be that. Kind of discuss it sometimes throughout the moon cycle. We planted seeds before and kind of talk to each other how our plants are growing or not growing. And sometimes we would do bonfires and releasing things and being outdoors and doing yoga and those sort of things. So turns out the type of work we were doing was collective work, which is brilliant, which is what is needed. But there's more to the moon than just those two phases. And what I've discovered more recently is how to work personally with the moon. So let's understand the moon and what it represents and why we would want to even work with it to begin with. So one, the moon represents our emotional self. It represents a feminine energy, that's a receptive energy. It's our intuition and it's our subconscious mind, as well as it represents the phases and cycles of life, as well as universal energy. So living within the moon phases reminds us how to have a growth cycle, the waxing cycle, right? How to have a releasing cycle, right? A phase of letting go of the waning side of the moon phase. So the more that we get in touch with each phase of the moon, it's more of a reminder of, oh, it's okay to relax. It's okay to receive. It's okay to get guidance. And then now's time to work. Now's the time to plan. Now's the time to reflect, right? It reminds us of the phases of life, because what I've noticed in my personal life as well is just go and just do. And then it really messes with your subconscious mind, your mental emotional state of mind. So it's really important to remember the phases of the moon and that we are very much in direct connection with the moon, the planets around us as well too. That universal energies affects us as well. And so healing with the moon is, I guess this is how I can describe working with the moon. It's really healing with the moon. And as far as what I just talked about is, we have a plan, we have our actions and our set intentions, and then we reflect on why that isn't working, right? What's showing up for us, and then we release and reroute, and we do it again and again and again. And healing through the moon allows us to really see our shadow and do that inner work. And that's where I found Reiki to be very important with working with the moon, as well as breaking cycles. This one was huge for me. I should probably do a whole story time on that one. But breaking cycles is really, really huge with working with the moon, and how to work with the moon personally as collectively, as I kind of discussed prior, is when you work with each phase of the moon, that's kind of just collective work. When you're not looking at really the zodiacs, you're not looking at the decans, or you're not using it or applying it to your personal natal chart. So to use the moon work, which has been very powerful for me lately, is applying it to my chart. So I'll tell you how to get started with that if you haven't already. Pull up your natal chart. You can get it free on astro.com. Plug in your birth information, your birth date, time you were born, and then geographical location as well. and boom, you got your natal chart. So of course, it's a language, right? You have to learn how to read it. But there you can see each of the decans, and when I speak about decans, I'm talking about the degree, right? There's 3 different degrees within the decans. Yeah, so we can that's for another time. Anyways, so coming up, I know we have a full moon, I think tomorrow, full moon in Cancer at 23 degrees. So you and I, if we want to work personally, we're going to look to see where 23 degrees Cancer lies within our chart. And what we want to pay close attention to is what house system it's in. So that's what's going to be showing up for us this moon cycle, as far as like release, if we're starting working with the moon at the full moon. We don't have to work with setting intentions, and maybe it's a time of reflection, right? We're going to start working with the full moon. Okay, there's no one place we need to start. So there's that, and that's working personally. Collectively, it's a crescent moon, it's a new moon, and yeah, we're doing all the things collectively rather than looking at our charts and seeing how it will personally affect us. And yeah, if you just want to dive in deeper to this, I encourage you. I just did like a lecture pretty much on how to work with the moon. It's the Moon Mastery course. And yeah, all the slides are there for you, and I do a voiceover. So in case you want to like listen to it in the car or whatnot, you also get all the zodiacs, house systems, all the information that I kind of briefly went over here today in that Moon Mastery, $33 right now. So I highly recommend you start using that. We are coming into the first new moon of 2025. So what I'm going to be doing here is working with the moon cycles throughout the whole year and see what we can manifest. So if you want to come on that ride, subscribe and let me know. Actually, let me know your moon sign in the comments. I'll share mine as well.